suburbia. After being out in the woods this long now, this just feels like a total nightmare. And it's good to come in and get something to eat and, you know, get civilized for a bit, but man, I can't wait to get back on the trail and get away from all of this. Too much plastic and advertising. You know, it's just... it's amazing what we've evolved into. And terrifying. Well, it's not trail, but it's at least away from all that madness. Man, I can just like feel all the rats racing. It's just, ugh. Get me away from all that. So even though I'm glad to be away from all that, I guess what I'm about to say now is going to be kind of a contradiction. But I want to explain, like, and all you thru hikers know this, like how you view a hotel and a hotel day differently when you're on a thru hike than you do normally. So I've taken, you know, a lot of business trips, vacations and whatnot, and stayed in hotels many times. And I never cared what the checkout time was or even knew what checkout time was. I was always gone way before then and really didn't, you know, give a crap. The hotel was just a place to sleep. But when you're on a thru hike, you know exactly when checkout time is, and you're not leaving until about 15 minutes before. You're going to enjoy all that laying in bed and not walking time you can get. But at the same time, if I were to do like another day there, I'd have been miserable. I'd been want to be out walking. So it's good for, you know, just enjoy it for a day, milk it for all it's worth, and then you're recharged and ready to get back out here walking. It's a weird thing that happens on a thru hike. You get addicted to the walking. You know, even in these urban areas, this orange blaze is kind of a comforting sight to see. I don't know if you can see it on that pole right there, but it's like, you know, oh, that's right. I just got to keep following those and I'll be back out in nature soon. I'm on the right path to get there. So it's a road walk day, and I never know if that's going to be a day where I'm just like, I don't want to be bothered with doing any videos, or I've just got a lot of topics that I'm going to ramble about. So you never know if it's going to be a short or a long video on a road walk day. So I guess it's too early to tell just yet. And I know maybe a lot of people wouldn't consider this a road walk. If I'm walking on pavement, I consider it a road walk. I mean, some people, they might be counting the miles for road walks, like, you know, roads where there's car traffic and stuff, which would, in my opinion, kind of skew the number of walk miles on the low side, because I consider this a road walk. Pavement is not fun to walk on. I'm feeling strong now. It's, you know, it doesn't really bother me much now, but oh, that second day, I had like a 20-mile road walk into Navarre. Ooh, that hurt. Speaking about being addicted to walking. Hiking southbound, you know, I run into all the northbounders. So, you know, I see a lot of people on this trail, more than the northbounders do. Because they only see southbounders, and there's not too many of us. But I ran to one of the northbounders, and then I looked on the Florida Trail 2021 Facebook page and see that he's gotten off the trail. Apparently he was trying to cross a log in that Wekiva river section. The log broke and he dropped right down into the river, grabbing a vine. And I guess like he couldn't touch the bottom. And, you know, this was a tall guy. He's taller than me. And he was basically like, all right, I didn't sign up for this. This is ridiculous. I'm out. And he's quitting his thru hike. But then I guess the next day he's like, I don't know what to do with myself not walking. So he might get back on the trail. It's like something weird happens along the way in a thru hike where it's like right now I would never consider quitting. Oh, I say that, but you know, that might change if I get a really crappy section. But things have been going pretty good and I'm getting pretty close to the end. So I kind of got an idea of how I want to end this whole video series and I want to see it to fruition. I was walking with Lifeboy the other day, and he was like, I could see myself doing this trail again. I was like, are you crazy? Just 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, he was talking about, I think about getting off this trail every day. But that's what can happen when your judgment gets a little clouded, when you go through a good section, or, you know, when the times are good. So that's why it's like, I don't know if I can make that statement so boldly now that I wouldn't quit this trail. But when you get this far, you don't really think about it. There was a sports store here in this town. I tried to get the socks that I want, but you know, unless it's online, your really only real choice is REI. Because these generic sporting goods like, you know, Cabela's or Academy, they don't have like the specialty gear that we use when we're through hiking. They make socks with liners built in. So I think, you know, I don't really have that much longer to go. This might last me, what, another month maybe. I'll just stick with these socks. They're feeling just fine today. My feet will toughen up to them too, so I know I'll adapt. I'm getting the feeling this is going to be a long video day. I do find it odd that this trail seems to get a lot of repeat hikers. You know, I've run into a lot of people who have done this trail more than once. It also seems to attract more experienced hikers too. I would not recommend this through hike for your first time as a through hiker, unless you absolutely had to, you know, get out there in January or February. And, you know, this is about the only long distance trail in the US that's hikeable in those months. I mean, you could do the other ones, but I think you'd be miserable. But this trail has got a lot of challenges for a new through hiker. I mean, you got to do your own navigating sometimes, and you know, the logistics. Like today, I was going through a residential area with a little bump into the woods. That could be a 7-mile day, or I'd have to push on to 20. Of course, I stayed in my hotel as long as I could, so I didn't get started until noon. So if I do the 20 miles, I'll have to put on my headlamp and hike quite a few hours in the night, which, starting this trip off, I was like, I really don't want to do that. But once you're in hiking shape, and like the thought of doing a 7-mile day is just like so puny. It's like, it's just not gonna, I don't know. You won't feel satisfied with 7 miles. But I'll get to the campsite and see how I feel. So the people that live in this area, and you can see this is suburbia. And again, it's like a pharmaceutical commercial out here. People that you know, ride their bikes and stuff on this trail, they must at some point notice these orange marks. And I wonder what goes through their mind. They're like, why do I keep seeing those orange marks? What does that mean? Probably think it's like left behind by a survey crew or something. I'm sure most of them have no idea that one of 11 national scenic trails is going right through here. That's so cool we have that system in the US, the long distance trail system. You can come out and do these things. And there's a whole history that I'm not going to go into this channel, but if you look into the history of the AT and the first guy that hiked it, of course his name's escaping me right now. I'll remember it as soon as I turn off my phone. And no, not because I'll Google it, because I'll actually remember it. Earl Schaefer, that's it. He was a World War II vet that had like post-traumatic stress disorder, and just decided to walk the Appalachian Mountains. I'm not sure what his original route was, but that's how it all started. And it's a real interesting story. So if you got any curiosity about long distance trails and how they all got started, I'd look into that. Yeah, it's gonna be a long video day, but don't bore you. Well, let me give you a life tip that you're probably already aware of, totally unrelated to hiking or anything. But so I was in this fast food joint as I was leaving the area with the shopping centers, and thought, all right, let me go in, get a a burger combo and a burger to go. And I got my pack off and put it on one of the tables and got in line. Go to get the sanitizer. And it's empty. It hadn't been filled. This is like, it's lunch hour. Go in the bathroom to wash my hands then, and it doesn't look like it's been clean. It's messy, and there's junk everywhere. It's like right then and there, that's your cue. Find a different place to eat. Because if they're not following any of those procedures with, keeping their sanitizer stocked and their bathrooms clean, they're not following any food safety procedures either. And sure enough, my stomach's starting to feel it. And the human body's a weird thing. It's like, yeah, there's no place to go here in an emergency. So I just have an upset stomach. But I know as soon as I get in the woods, my body's going to be like, you got 2 minutes to find some bushes. So we'll see. Coming up soon. Whew, got lucky. Found a public bathroom in a park that was actually clean. So let's just hope that's the end of it. Might be another round or two later. We'll see. And it sucks that I had to throw away that $8 to go burger. The prices of these hamburgers are ridiculous now. And then on top of that, it's going to make you sick. Yeah, so thanks Wendy's at I-4 and Lake Mary Boulevard for the food poisoning. Fortunately, this trail is, for the most part, rural, and we don't have to deal with that kind of stuff too often. So, like usually when we're going through a little town, it'll have like the local sandwich shop or something. So I would much rather do that, where they're probably more careful about their food. I mean, these people working these fast food joints don't care, especially if they're poorly managed. The manager isn't taking care of business, and the sanitizer isn't full and the bathrooms aren't clean. Yeah, so just get out of there. Just because I was too lazy to put my pack on. Boy, if I could go back in time, I'd put that pack on. Although I'm not feeling too bad right now. Man, I hope it's over soon. You never know. Yeah, there's a campsite in the woods around here, but man, it's only 2:30. I don't feel like stopping now. And there's really not anything for at least, I think, another 10 miles. So might be night hiking tonight. Might make it a late night. Yeah, it's about time for one of those. Oh, I just wish I didn't have this food poisoning, man. It'd be a lot easier to do big miles at night. Dang it. I guess this will be a little bit of a weird rant, but I think I'm just going to avoid fast food altogether. Ever since coming back to the States, boy, I've just had bad experiences with it, and it's gotten so pricey. I think I'm just going to stick with the little mom and pop joints, the local joints. Although they're difficult to find in a suburban area like that, Everything's so cookie cutter. From the houses to the stores, just rubber stamped. But in these suburban areas, they do nice things like put covered bike paths over a major highway. Oh, my stomach seems to be teetering on the edge if this is it going to be over or if there's going to be more complications. I'm really hoping this is over soon. It's a 50-50 call. But I ain't taking any chances with that second burger. Unfortunately, I'll throw that $8 away before I make another bad gamble. It was a gamble to buy food there. I knew it when I saw those signs. So I've already gambled and lost once today. I don't want to do it twice. All I can say is thank goodness there's some easily accessible woods along this section. I'm sure most of you correctly guessed that it wasn't over yet. I hope it's over now. It's probably not. Oh man, it's not the way you want to spend your afternoon. All because people were lazy. They just don't give a dang. You know, it's already one of the lowlights of the day. It's like one of those things you gotta get over with in the morning, and then you're good to go the rest of the day. It sucks when it becomes your afternoon activity. You know, these are the festivities for the afternoon. Running in and out of the bushes. It's the worst. It could really ruin your day, huh? I bet I'd be having a much nicer day right now. Please let that be the last time. So, I've subscribed to many of you that have subscribed to me, and some of your stuff comes up in my feed. And I made the mistake of watching one of Hike with Mike's videos. I think it was something about like why you need to be careful swamp walking in Florida or something. Anyways, it was an alligator basically holding its breath at the bottom of a creek for a long time. And that's water you can see. Like, oh man, I'm glad I didn't see that right before Bradwell Bay. Anyways, it's kind of a spooky video. So, Mike, if you're watching this video, if you could link that one. I thought it was kind of interesting. So yeah, the night hiking is gonna be good this time of year because you're gonna be out of the sun and be able to cool off a little bit. And you got a day hike too, because you can't sit in your tent in the daytime or you will literally roast yourself. So it could be a lot of day and night hiking now. Might be upping my mileage. We'll see. Yeah, this is not a sugar-coated diary. Yeah, I want you to see what it's like out here, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Going on a virtual thru hike with me. And yeah, you're gonna have days like this. Thankfully, there seem to be less of these than the good ones. So I'm here at a little cool pit stop area along this bike trail with a drinking fountain and some informational signs about some trail in Ireland. Just gonna, I guess, edit this video, upload it, and get moving, put my headlamp on, and do some night hiking. Not sure how far I'll go, but, you know, once you start night hiking, it's just a matter of how you feel. Oh, man, the stomach ache. It feels like it's over, but then just now, I feel a little bit of it coming back. We'll see. I think it's over, almost over. Anyway, I'm going to put my headlamp on and get moving. Y'all take care.